Hi and welcome back. I am super happy that you are here because this video is going to benefit you greatly because it is about manifesting freedom, peace of mind and amazing experiences the easy way, yes, the effortless way, and basically completely hassle-free and automatic. And this is not about doing any specific manifesting techniques. This is actually the opposite. It's about relaxing, trusting, and knowing that all the good stuff is gonna come to you no matter what. The visual part of the video, by the way, just if you wonder how this is related to manifesting, are scenes that are recorded on my recent 4 months long trip to 5 East Asian and Southeast Asian countries. But the more important part is that you listen closely and ideally also until the very end of the video, so you will understand how to manifest everything you ever wanted by basically trusting and relaxing and believing in a good life, a great life, or even an amazing life with lots of pleasant surprises. And this is really neither complicated nor difficult to do. So let's begin. The most important message starts now. So basically you manifest what you want, or better, automatically, once you have a strong belief. And that is how powerful people do it, and always did it. That is how people do it that can walk over fire. That is how all the influential people of all kinds of religions or philosophies did it. And that is how very successful people do it right now, like famous actors, musicians, athletes, and super successful business people too. Basically everyone that is highly successful and gets what they want. And the good news is that you can do that too, and you don't have to do any meditations or scripting or any active manifesting technique at all in order to achieve that. Of course they can help you to get into the right mindset, but they are not what causes the manifestations in the end. What causes the manifestation in the end is simply the belief and the trust that something amazing or whatever you want is going to happen. And since trying hard can actually be very counterproductive, I recommend you to only do any techniques whenever they feel empowering and not when they feel like trying hard or wishing or hoping. I recommend to just go with the flow and enjoy life. The easiest way to manifest is to just simply believe and trust that what you want is going to happen, or even something better is even gonna happen, like a pleasant surprise is gonna pop in. Trusting in the unseen and relaxing, and sort of a universal trust that everything will be fine, and even much better than just fine, is in my opinion the key to manifest easily and successfully. Bad situations are all transitory, and that in the very end, at the very least, something okay is gonna come out of every situation or circumstance. And that on top of this basis, the basis that everything is always gonna be at least okay in the mid or long term, know that positive surprises, wishes fulfilled, and amazing experiences, even exceeding your expectations or wishes, are always very possible, and not just possible but actually very likely, and that the things that you want or something even better are always going to materialize in the end. And that is how I manifested all the freedom I have these days, like to do this trip, for example. So whenever something not so optimal or even shitty happened, I always knew it's gonna be at least okay in the end, and that the difficult situation is going to be transient. And in good times, knowing that everything will get even better, basically no matter what, no matter if I'm in a good or in a bad or in a neutral situation, I know that everything is always gonna get better or even more amazing, and that the things that I want are kind of like the minimum, because I'm always open to pleasant surprises, and life being actually easier and more amazing than I would have assumed, or anybody would assume. Like most people would never assume or dream of this kind of like effortless path. And that belief and that trust alone, that universal trust, made me manifest basically everything I ever wanted, and you can do that too. And to give you a little bit of a backstory, my life was not always amazing. Actually, I was not born with all these fun and amazing experiences at hand. Actually, I was born with a very serious disease, which is called brittle bone disease. That is like having osteoporosis, severe osteoporosis, from birth on. And I spent countless months at home not being able to move. I had many surgeries. I stayed in hospitals for many times, many days each time. I had the worst pain you can imagine. I was unable to properly move or exercise in casts for weeks and months, and if I count all of that together, probably years. But I never gave up, and I always knew that everything is gonna be fine in the end, or get better. Like, it gets better from shitty, it gets better from neutral, and it's getting even better from amazing. And the mindset that led to this is just never giving up and never losing the trust in a good life. And that doesn't mean that you should always focus on the future and what else you can manifest. Not at all. You should always enjoy the situation and feel the joy in the moment and follow your joy, and thereby kind of expanding it. But if you think about the future, think about all the good stuff that can happen from there on, and not about the negative ones, because everything is just an assumption, so why not just assume something good? Assuming bad stuff is not gonna get you anywhere. So how did I end up here? I quit my 9-to-5 job that I really didn't like anymore. I knew that I deserved better, and that was maybe the best decision in my life. By that time, I didn't really have a backup plan. I had a side hustle, a tiny one, but I actually thought I could be unemployed for 1 or 2 months and relax a little bit and get the unemployment money from the government. But right in that very moment, the law in my country changed, and it was not allowed anymore to be unemployed and get the money from the government, plus working a tiny side hustle or a small, like, part-time job or something. And of course, I didn't want to quit my side hustle just to get that unemployment money. So I decided to trust and jump into the unknown, but trusted that it will be fine and that I will find enough customers to support myself as a self-employed, or basically freelancing person. And that is exactly what I did, and my customer base grew so fast and so quickly that I couldn't even handle all the requests anymore at some point. So I had to increase my price and work a little bit less, and it worked out amazingly well. And that is how I actually got the freedom to do what I just did, to travel. And I will do that again next winter for sure, because I'm fed up with this long, drawn out 6 months of dark and cold winter in Europe. I will not stay here anymore. I will go to Thailand or wherever it's nicer and warmer, and where there is more fun and more friendly people. So let's come back to the present. My amazing experiences during this trip that were basically also all a manifestation, because I didn't plan much. I just went. I went with the flow. The trip was absolutely incredible. I had no issues at all. I didn't get sick. I didn't get run over by a motorbike. I didn't have any internet interruption or anything. I was also working remotely, a little bit at least, but more on that later. And I manifested, for example, people being so kind to me, helping me, doing all kinds of stuff for me all the time, driving me around in their car to amazing places, people helping me with, for example, my neighbors helped me when there was suddenly a huge cockroach in my room that I don't know how it got there, probably through the balcony door or something. that wasn't closing properly, and people bringing me chicken rice to my door without me asking for it. The most amazing chicken rice in whole Bangkok, by the way. Or a policeman in Shanghai going out of his way to help me get through this ticket gate of the subway station with my huge suitcase that was too big to get through it. And yeah, people did so many good things for me, and I made friends, and I met my new lover there in Bangkok, and I think something very wonderful and meaningful developed out of that. And a whole different topic, but I wanted to clarify something about finding joy. Finding joy in life does not depend on some crazy 4 months travel adventure. You can find joy in very small things, in very like everyday life, mundane, unspectacular things. Like, for example, the sunshine, or coffee, or a stranger on the street smiling and looking happy. And of course, if you find yourself in a very difficult situation and you have experienced a lot of adverse events and hardships and struggle, then this might not seem always very easy. But I think you can always work on that and work on letting go of the negative stuff and like finding joy in small, little, beautiful things and aspects of life. No matter how bad it seems, there will always be something that you can be happy about, even if it's tiny. So the conclusion is that never giving up is the key, and relaxing and trusting in the unseen. There is no need in doing manifesting techniques unless they feel very empowering and good to you, but don't do them if they feel like hard work or if they trigger you, and rather work on letting go and relaxing and being okay with everything that is presented to you, and knowing that every like seemingly bad situation, or actually bad situation, will just make you smarter and stronger in the long run, instead of actually having a negative impact in your life. And that's why just relaxing and knowing things into being is, in the end, the easiest and the, in my opinion, best way to manifest, and that is hassle-free. And I think that that alone, that relaxing about your desires and everything, is actually also gonna make you manifest much faster in the end and much better. And for everybody who stuck around until here, I actually have a thank you bonus tip for you, and that is my newest favorite affirmation. I have no idea where I got this affirmation from, if I heard it somewhere in a video or in a podcast, or if I read it somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, it stuck with me because it's absolutely perfect, and it goes really deep into the relaxing side of things. And it is a perfect match for my style of completely effortless and relaxed manifestation. That's why I think this might be the most amazing affirmation ever. So anyway, here it is. It goes like this. Everything in my life is easy. And I think that's so perfect because it contains everything, and it is relaxed, and it's unspecific. So it goes also hand in hand with stuff like I am lucky, and I think it's absolutely wonderful. So please give it a try, and if you want, let me know later how well it worked. But most of all, have fun and relax, and let the amazing manifestations come to you whenever they are ready. Maybe I never really talked about this so far, and I think I should, so I will do it right now. Patience is actually a very, very important factor in manifesting as well, because when you are patient, then it means that you are not questioning it. It means you are not questioning if your manifesting is good enough, if your manifesting is working, if you're doing the right thing or not. You just relax and let things unfold naturally. And that way you will usually harvest the biggest and most amazing pleasant surprises, because you are not forcing anything to go a certain direction. You will still have all the possibilities of the pleasant surprises coming to you. And it might sound like super esoteric, total woo-woo stuff, but anyway, it kind of makes sense, and that's why I also think that if you're patient, you're not blocking the universe's ways and the universe's channels to reward you for being an amazing human being. But anyway, back to my main point, never giving up is probably the most important skill a person can learn in their whole life. And because of this, I also decided that I will launch a new additional channel, and the channel will be called, or is called, it already exists, there's just no video yet. The channel is called Beyond All Conventions. I will post a little bit different stuff on there probably. It will also be related to manifesting, of course, part of it, but it will also have more like empowering stories out of my life. It's more like a story time thing. It will also have a lot of tips for how to cope with, for example, ADHD or pain issues or other stuff, like how to improve your life. Maybe also about a little bit of performance enhancing, cognitive enhancing stuff, and maybe some of my crazy experiences and experiments with all kinds of substances, and travel content definitely also. And yeah, on that channel, and also of course here on Know It Into Being, I will be posting more content this year. This is a major goal of mine, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, so you will not miss anything. Also, you can subscribe to my channel already, that is called Beyond All Conventions. The handle is also the same. And yeah, I will post a video on there probably very soon. And if you need any advice or anything, do not hesitate to email me anytime, please. My email address is on my channel page here in the info of the channel. You can find it there. Just shoot me an email whenever you feel like it. And yeah, I'm super happy that you're here, and I really appreciate you, and especially appreciate that you watched the video until the very end. Thank you so much. I know that you can achieve what you want, so you better believe and trust in that too. Trust in yourself, trust in manifesting, trust in the good life, and that everything is always gonna be better. And you will see, you will manifest automatically, and the most amazing stuff, exactly like I did and do and will continue to do. So thank you so much. Have a great night or day wherever you are. See you soon. Happy manifesting, and enjoy life and make the best out of it. If you're in a difficult situation, know that everything is gonna get better. See you very soon. Thank you.